Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Born of Rage, a werewolf apocalypse story set in White Wolf's World of Darkness. My name is Jonesy. I'll be the storyteller for this evening, and with me is the crew from the Untold Stories Project, our cast. Um, a quick note for those unfamiliar with the World of Darkness: this is a horror setting where the players take on the role of monsters, in our case, as members of the group, or better known as werewolves. About the content on the stream, this is a horror game, which the players may engage in adult language and content from time to time. Along with that, they will encounter scenes of graphic violence and major and many NPCs. They may encounter. We're live, so
Take it from the top.
and
Easy for you to
uh,
say.
and the players may occasionally encounter NPCs who use offensive language and have unenlightened views of the world, which is probably why they're NPCs. Warm bait. Um, this story that we're dealing with for this season is set in Werewolves Valkenburg Foundation, which is a location centered dedicated to helping guru who have gone through mental trauma and have mental health issues. That being said, that if that topic makes you uncomfortable, please consider checking out one of our other great streams and podcasts. We have a Fallout game. We have a upcoming superheroes game, and set in Green Runnings Mutants and Masterminds, and we also have an ongoing podcast set in Pathfinder. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and meet our pack. So if you will do me a favor, team, and introduce yourselves, your name, your character's name, your tribe and auspice.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I will be playing Darren, who is a Geta Fenris Arun. He's a former New York City homicide detective turned pack alpha for the Trail Mix pack. And he is excited to get back to work.
Hello, everybody. I'm Aaron. I will be playing Kennedy, also known as Blood on the Dance Floor. She is a Fianna Galliard, Hamid, who before her change was a Irish dance world champion who is still a little bitter about losing all of that. So she's taking it out on every member of anything wormy that she encounters.
Good choice.
Hey everybody, is my audio coming through?
Yes.
I can.
Okay, nice. I am the technical savvy werewolf of the pack.
You could tell.
Yeah, that's why it's called role playing. I don't have to know shit about computers, but I might.
He's a method
But I'm a Ragabash Glasswalker, and I'm playing Killian Jackson, and he is trying his best to help Aaron.
I didn't know Killian had a last name.
I was going to say, I think this is the first time I've heard Killian's last name.
You know, after 2.5 seasons, I felt comfortable enough to give you my government name. I'm not going to give you my street name because we're not that close.
That's fair.
I don't even have your P.O. box yet, so it's okay. And I'm the new guy. I'm Andy. No, not that one. And I am playing Dell, Speak Softly, a lupus theurge of the Children of Granola. That wasn't funny. The Children of Gaia, of course. He is a sensitive, well, sort of a spiritualist. Just figure. And
Awesome.
actually, now that we get the boons from Raccoon, I think he actually can have opposable thumbs in whatever form, so he can literally open a box of granola in lupus form, which is very helpful.
That's the most terrifying thing I've come across in the world of darkness. It's a dog with thumbs. I'm so uncomfortable.
No milk bones are safe.
So, with that, thank you for joining and tuning in tonight. Just a couple of quick highlights. We are a small independent channel, so our goal is to highlight games and settings that don't get as much love as some of the more larger established RPGs. If you like what we do, please go ahead and share with your friends our link to our content. We also have, after we stream on Twitch, we post our content on YouTube. We do have boons and bonuses that can be given to the pack or the ST based on subscriptions, resubs, and gifted subs, and follows and the like. So, with that said,
Speaking of which,
Don't
Jonesy,
give them to the ST.
Speaking of which, Jonesy, you just resubscribed. Who do you want to give your boon to?
I'm giving Dexter bonus dice to the storyteller, of course.
That checks out. That's fair.
And a chill entered the room.
That's a weird choice. I don't understand it.
So last we saw our pack. They had recently returned from a mission to the deserts of Texas, and when they returned, they had been suffering recurring nightmares. They dealt with a couple of those indirectly last week, as I kind of sprung them on the players. And since then, they have been discussing what next steps are. They are currently stationed at the Valkenburg Foundation, like I said in the intro, which is set in Montana. Sorry, Wyoming. States, geography. Apparently, it's been a long day at work. With that, we find our pack. It was late at night, and they were met up with Dell, the newest addition to the group, and had rejoined them, and they returned to the RV, which is parked outside of the Valkenburg Foundation, which is they're using as their quarters / staging ground.
You do realize you're never going to get your deposit back on this thing, right?
You know, I figure we're probably doing like a rent to own at this point. I don't know if Enterprise has that as an option. I'm gonna have to call my agent, Dylan. He's great. I want that to be an episode of Born of Rage.
Trying to get your deposit back on the RV.
You don't understand. I have a lot of dogs.
A lot of dogs.
So, was there anything specific you wanted to accomplish, or next steps, or what is the PAC's agenda currently?
I think we need to go see Orson.
Yep.
Like, he was in most of our nightmares. Was he in all of our nightmares or just most of our nightmares?
If he was in all of our nightmares, Dell would not have recognized him. So
He wasn't actually in mine, but
yeah.
Was he just?
Or,
in
yes,
mine?
he was.
He might be. Oh, okay.
no, he was. He was. That's right.
Yeah.
He tried to kill the weird Fae who apparently owns me.
We're gonna have to figure that out too at some point. That Kennedy is
Apart
owned
from
by
that-
a Fae.
Yeah. I'm still kind of new, but Dell is going to be awake at dawn, and he is going to greet the sun, and that's probably going to be very annoying to everybody. But like, he's totally doing that.
Are you howling at the sun?
Yes. Probably not right out in front of the foundation. Like, he's not that far out. Like, you know, go to where a place where he could actually do that and not like terrify literally everybody. I mean, he's been around the sept long enough.
It's a whole right thing.
Yeah, you have to. Yep.
I thought we
Yes,
howled at
okay.
the moon.
Kennedy is familiar with the right. She doesn't do it, but she's familiar with it.
Kennedy's religious the same way I'm Catholic.
So there was discussion about seeing Orson. Are you going to, who are you going to talk to about that? As you recall, Orson is known to be a bit high-strung, and he is currently one of the residents, permanent residents of the Foundation.
Yeah, but he's better in the daytime than he is at night. So I think we should go talk to Gretchen and see if it's okay.
Seems reasonable.
You do know it's only about 6 in the morning. Gretchen usually doesn't start for another couple hours. Was there anything that you wanted to do before that? If not, that's
6 in
fine.
the morning? Coffee.
Yes. 6 in the morning.
Little coffee and Jack to get the day started.
Ugh.
Your friend
6 in the morning is an hour you should only see from the other end.
I agree with that. But I've been on enough late night stakeouts to see it many, many different ways.
Dell's just kind of looking back and forth between the two of you, like. So,
Glad you're a morning person, Dell.
well, yeah. You have to greet the sun every morning.
No.
You don't? Do you not? Do you not?
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
The sun will still rise even without it.
Yeah. But
I greet the sun with scorn every day. Not in a worm sort of way, just in a grumpy old man sort of way.
I understand the purpose behind it. I just
if your father walks in the room, you say hi. Yeah.
well, that would be impressive if I could ever meet the old man. But
I mean, okay. Okay.
My dad died in the Amazon.
I understand the metaphor you're going for.
Accidental trauma. Sorry, everybody. I did not expect to open a can of worms with that one.
Is there anything we need to do before we head off to see Orson? Should we compare notes about what happened in our nightmares?
Well, probably. Couldn't
Get
hurt.
a better answer
That
out of me. this
couldn't
morning.
hurt. No.
Orson was the butcher in my nightmare, right? Like he was the face on the inside of the butcher?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
And I saw you guys all dead with that servant of the Weaver.
Oh, did you see me, Dad?
Actually no, because we hadn't met.
Huh.
Or did I see him, Jonesy?
You did not. You did see Naga and Oliver, but you did not see Dale.
Okay.
Your two former pack mates.
Yeah, you're pre 3.0. You weren't there.
That joke just went, but it's okay.
I mean, was there any context to seeing us dead? Were you just like minding your own business and then, oh, look, there's some bodies?
Oh no, like the streets were on fire. I think it was New York. There was blood, cult chanting. It was a good time. Saw some 3 really big spiders. The servant of the Weaver, and she said, "You can stop this." And now I forget the rest of how.
Did it not occur to you that that might be the sort of thing you should pay attention to?
Do you remember every dream you wake up from?
Well,
Just the
no, but when
prophetic
it's
ones.
yeah, when it's about an apocalypse with, oh, here's how you can stop it. That does seem like the sort of thing you might want to keep a notepad by your bed and jot down.
Don't patronize me. You know how many blockbuster movie ideas I've dropped just from waking up? I could have been in Hollywood by now.
I'm in this comment and I don't like it.
Oh, is it Alien versus something? I don't remember.
AV Child's Play.
I wonder if... Can I send off an email to the contact at the Sept?
Back in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them who's our main POC for the Weaver. Who's our closest person? I know it's technically us, but I'm sure there's somebody who's closer to that spirit than everybody.
Okay. Yeah, you can shoot off an email and and they'll get back to you when they get back to you. But
It's your friend Victor, right?
Victor. Yes. Old Vicky.
I would suggest you not call him that.
I don't call him Vicky. I just say that in private or when he's around.
Fair enough. Well, I got to go to a fairy ball.
How
Oh.
was the fairy ball? That sounds fun.
Well, it might have been fun, except there was the whole issue of I had a silver jewelry around my neck and my wrists, which would have probably killed me if I tried to change.
Hmm.
And there was all sorts of talk about how I'm Devon's plaything, and talk about House Mayfair, who I don't know if you remember the fairy we ran into a little while ago, who commented about Lord Mayfair looking for me, being the whole ancestral enemy thing. And then Orson was there, and he was trying to kill the person whose plaything I am, which I'm not entirely sure I want to stop that, but
So you're gonna let Orson kill him and then we cash out?
probably not. I have a feeling that that's only going to cause its own set of problems. Being owned by somebody seems like the sort of thing you need to take care of yourself instead of hoping someone else does it for you.
Maybe the beggars can't be choosers, right?
I think historically speaking, you need outside help to get out of a situation like that.
Very true.
I'm really bad at asking for help.
It's okay, Kennedy. We are in a team together. You can ask whenever you want.
It's not asking when it's us, right?
Yeah.
We just sort of
Trick him into
bumblefuck our
giving
way
you a
into
sock.
helping
That's
you.
all.
Well, you're family. I meant more asking for outside help.
No, we don't need outside help. We got this.
So yeah, that was my my trip through Fantasyland.
I fought a bunch of Romans as a Viking, I think, or some other Germanic warrior, and
I think you were Roman?
no, I fought the Romans.
Oh.
And they
Well, that seems on point.
and then there was this big entity called the Butcher who showed up, and I faced off against him, myself, and a Black Fury named Helena, I think. And
Butcher.
we wound up defeating the Butcher, but the Butcher had Orson's face on the inside.
What did he smell like?
It smelled like offal and viscera. Body odor.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
We're literally outside of a mental hospital. They could help us interpret our dreams.
Go talk to one of the shrinks.
I mean, except for the
Therapist
issue of
never
then
did
we have to
that.
tell them our dreams.
Oh, what's wrong with that? Mine is trauma. Darren's is conquest. Yours is Bridgerton. Like, it's all fine.
Mine is apparently I'm the final girl. So,
Oh, that's right.
really? Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I tried to tell you about my last night. It wasn't so good. I was hunting, and I heard gunshots. So I ran, and I found some other Lupus Garu who were skinned. And then a big two-legged with a blade tried to skin me. So I ran.
Man, the wolf equivalent of having a dream in your underwear sucks.
See that? I have to admit, I'm more concerned about Dell's dream than I am about any of the rest of ours. Because didn't we kill him?
We don't even know if it's him, but considering that he skinned a bunch of wolves and stitched them together, it's not a bad bet.
Well, maybe it's a dream about past events. I mean, my dream was about a past life, I assume. We've had a couple of those.
Well, sure, but none of us are dead, so none of us should be appearing in someone else's past life.
And and after that, I ran through the forest and met, well, a friend who gave me the pine cone.
Right.
So I don't think that happened in a past life.
So, like I said, that's the one I'm most concerned about because I thought we killed him, and I'd really prefer not to run into him again.
That's a good choice.
I mean, I'm okay with killing him again, but
You know, if we need to shove him down in hell, we can do it.
apparently.
So yeah, the four of you, or five of you, four of you, catching up, talking about the dreams, sporadically running inside the foundation to hit the kitchen and raid the donuts and the bagels. And you spend the next couple hours just talking about your dreams and next steps and concerns, especially about the possibility of Sam Haight not being dead after all, after the encounter at the end of season 2. A couple hours has passed, and it looks like Gretchen is up and around and up in her office. So, if you want to go speak with her,
Yeah.
Yes.
Go.
Let us do that.
so Gretchen Valkenburg is the current kinfolk who oversees the Valkenburg Foundation. It was started by her great grandfather, many a year ago. Her office is up on the third floor of the rather large ranch style building. And the four of you make your way up to her office. Her office itself has a small sitting area outside. And then there's the main office inside. The door between the sitting area and her actual office is open, and she seems to be doing some paperwork when you arrive.
Alrighty.
I guess we'll head on in.
I was gonna say you're our alpha, so.
I'll knock on the door if she lets us in.
So you go ahead and knock on the door. Knock, knock. And she looks up from her paper and goes, good morning, good morning. Please come in. I was hoping to speak with the four of you in a short while, so timing is perfect.
If you had something specific you wanted to talk to us about, maybe that should come first.
Certainly. I did want to touch base. I know that you got in rather late yesterday, and I was unfortunately busy. And I want to talk to you about the last mission you went on. How did things go down in Texas?
Things went great. It was very similar to what happened when we were in Canada. I don't know if we told you about that, but a couple of us kept the family busy while the other ones slid into the Umbra and put the kibosh on the Nightmare Bane. No muss, no fuss.
And there's no complications that you're aware of, or?
Well, not for the person who we went there to go help. The four of us, well, the three of us have been having, well, I guess the four of us have all been having some strange dreams in the last night.
Oh, is that so? And do you think it might be related to the encounter that you had down in Texas?
I think it's certainly a possibility. I wouldn't. I'm always leery of saying that correlation equals causation, but
Yeah.
but I also don't ever want to discount the possibility.
Oh, that certainly makes sense. Well, do you know what kind of bane it was? You said it was some sort of umbral, obviously a bane in the Umbra, but did you know
Um,
anything specifics about it, or what? How it had been attacking the girl, or
well, it was infesting her dreams and her nightmares. Um, so it is making her think she was going insane by giving her bad dreams. Uh, Unfortunately, we didn't have a Thyurge with us, so I don't know that any of us know exactly what type of bane it was specifically.
okay? I can talk to some of the other kin and guru on staff and see if they can maybe give me a place to start doing some research if you'd like. Um, I'd be
Certainly couldn't hurt.
happy to do that for my questing pack. Um,
That sounds excellent.
I'm glad that things seem to have gone well. You know, I do see that there seems to be a new guru with you.
Yes, we found him. Found him in the woods not too long ago last night.
Well, welcome.
He came. He came with a dream. Apparently, Pinecone
And a pine cone.
reached out to him.
Oh my! That speaks highly of you. Um, my name is Gretchen. Are you from the local sept of the Pure Heart?
Yes.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the Valkenburg Foundation. If you're willing to aid the others, that would be great. We can greatly use all the assistance we can get.
I'm not
I know
sure
this.
I have a choice.
I know.
think I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, well, welcome. I do know that we are in good relationships with your sept elders, as you're aware. So I don't think that would be they'd have any concerns with that. I can always speak to them on your behalf if you like.
It might make a nice change of pace for them.
Okay. Well, I know that you've only recently gotten back, but we do kind of have a situation I was hoping that I could send you to look into for us.
Certainly.
What we're here for.
So, I was yeah. So I know you haven't had much John time. I do apologize for that. I was hoping to give you some time off, but we just recently have learned of some experience that the United States government seems to be doing in a lab up in the Northwest. When I sent Lucius, our scout, to go check it out, he is preliminary investigation on a preliminary investigation based on a letter that we received from a kinfolk ally of ours who works at the University of Washington. Well, they got this letter, and with that, she will share a letter with you. He says as he clicks the thing so I can share it on Roll20. Come on. And let me know if you can see the letter in Roll20.
Nothing has popped up for me just yet. Oh, the letter. I see.
Oh, there.
Oh, derp.
Ta-da.
Yes. I was in the wrong side.
Yes. You like someone to read it?
One of
Yes,
us should read it
please.
aloud, I think.
All right. Dear Dr. Griffig, researchers here at the Center for Psychiatric Studies have need of advice dealing with an interesting, violent, multiple personality case. The subject seems to have a hypnotic ability to alter the worldview of those around her, including some post hypnotic suggestions. The subject is a Jane Doe in her late 20s, in fairly good physical condition. She shows periodic outbreaks of incredible violence, exhibiting psychotic strength and no regard for personal safety. Frequently, these outbreaks are cohesive and directed at staff members, with the obvious intent not only to kill, but to literally rend the victim into pieces. The subject is nearly catatonic the remainder of the time. We are seeking help in stabilizing the patient's condition so that we may better understand the unusual psychology concerned. Yours truly, Dr. Rolf Hergman, Center for Psychiatric Studies, Northwest National Laboratory.
You know, that sounds a little bit like our friend Orson.
Yes.
Like Take It to 11. Like cranked up.
It does definitely, to me, my opinion, is that it does sound like a lost guru to us. And the details are vague, suggesting the veil is still maintained. But I fear that that is the situation that could prove to be very bad for all guru if that doesn't hold up.
So this is a regular human psychiatrist reaching out to us?
There was a kinfolk who slipped that through channels to me. So the facility itself is actually not something we have connections to. It is a Hamid owned and run facility.
So Hergman is the kinfolk, just to verify.
That was actually another ally of ours. Yeah. Okay. So neither of the party members that were involved in that letter.
Okay.
We obtained a copy of that letter.
So do you want us to like break her out of that facility and bring her back here?
Doesn't sound wise. Oh, excuse me.
You know, I could rock up and be like, "Hey, I'm with medical transport," and see if they'll give her to us. But I don't think HIPAA is gonna let that go.
Yeah.
Well, I think in any case, we certainly can't just leave this person here. If it is a guru, then that's a serious threat to the veil.
Yeah.
And maybe we can even help this person.
That is kind of what I was hoping for. We did some preliminary scouting, like I said, and during that we did get some background on the subject a little bit, not much, but it does sound like based on some conversations and kinfolk and who were able to get some police reports, she was recovered from a traveling show near the Redland City area. After several disappearances were linked to that show.
Like a circus or a freak show?
Unfortunately, a freak show. So, we did speak with this morning before I came in. I did speak to the elders over at the Sept of the Pure Heart, who reached out to a local sept in the area, a Cauldron Rock, and they've arranged for a moon bridge for you this evening, so that you'll be able to go and investigate if you're willing.
Yeah.
Or for willing, but
my biggest concern is that this is appears to be a well-funded Hamid run laboratory institution, and my fear is that the veil won't contain further further stress. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Do you have any idea who did she? I assume she didn't voluntarily go into this institutionalization.
No, not that I'm aware of. It sounds like during the police raid, they found her, and then because of her state, they took her there.
Okay. Would I know if they would still have officers posted on her? Being a former police officer?
I was gonna say, go ahead and give me a check. We'll say intelligence and
I do have a dot in law, and I have 3 dots in investigation.
Law. Yeah, I was thinking law would be a good one, but it's also thinking, yeah, law makes no sense from your character's background. Well, streetwise would be the other one that comes to mind, but that's more for Killian. I mean, for criminals. I mean,
Criminals. 3 stuff, and that is intelligence and law. Was it
yeah, and I'd
difficulty?
say difficulty 6.
I got 3 successes.
Thanks.
You're unless there's some outstanding charges specifically against her, the police would probably have just turned her over to the medical staff, unless they thought there was imminent danger of the staff that couldn't handle, or that she may have been wondering in this, specific concerns about a specific case. But it doesn't sound like it sounded more like it was a general like some missing persons may or may not have been involved. Like things sound like even if she doesn't sound like she's in a state that could actually stand trial anyway, even if she was guilty of something.
Well, and Darren's not so sure that the regular police would consider her to be the suspect in the massacre of people around her. They'd probably think she was a victim in all this.
Am I the only one who's concerned about the whole ability to hypnotize people?
I'm a little worried about that.
Depending on the will of the people around them, you do know the veil can have similar type effects, like
That's true. Okay.
making them think that it wasn't that bad, or it was a bear, or obviously not a person. It was,
Is this something we
Right.
can block out with earplugs?
Instant gaslighting. Well, I don't think it would actually apply to us. If it is related to the veil, then we don't have to think about that.
Right. Look, I'm sorry. I'm seeing fairies everywhere.
You're not wrong.
it's
It's Kennedy Crocker.
Don't mess with Faye.
Fairy godparents!
Yeah, that doesn't help when they want to mess with you.
Then you're out of luck. That's the only rule.
what you get for picking house fian?
Shut up.
Before we leave, Dr. Ariel, can we have a visit with Orson?
I guess that could be arranged. Is there something specific reason you'd like to see Orson?
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention that part.
He was present in a couple
Remember
of
him-
our nightmares last night.
That is unusual. I mean,
We thought so too, which is kind of why we wanted to talk to him.
I'm yeah. Are you concerns that of the facility, or yeah? She seems a little like taken aback and a little like stressed by this news. Body language is definitely revealing that on her. Yeah, we can arrange that. Let me just can we do it this afternoon, if that's okay with you? That way I can arrange to make sure we have a couple other, if something is going on, then we can make sure that we have a chance to check the wards, and we can have a chance to make sure we have a couple extra orderlies on hand just in case.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
That makes sense.
And I don't just want to talk to him about what he might be doing to us, but if this woman's situation is similar to his, we might have some insight into her mental state or ways to communicate with her to convince her to come with us.
Certainly. So yeah, let's we'll reconvene after lunch, and we can make sure that we have gives us time to look around and make sure all the wards and everything are still set. And
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
So, I should get on that. So unless there's something else, let me go ahead and get that.
Right.
Going.
No, we'll let you be.
All right. And with that, you have a couple hours to kill. Is there anything that you wanted to make sure that you got a hold of or arranged for or did before meeting Orson or going out on to Cauldron Rock?
I don't think I have anything else that's pressing.
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Other than, you know, for all that Gretchen was asking if we thought there might be something wrong here, and that might have been related. I didn't until she started acting so squirrely.
She smelled really nervous, like upset.
Yeah, I'm suddenly having concerns where I didn't have any.
I feel validated. I wanted to sleep in the RV in the first place.
So,
We
Same.
were sleeping in the RV.
But I pitched it 2 seasons ago. Not 1 season ago.
Do you want a cookie?
I mean, could have hurt.
We're in that meta layer of the Umbra.
I will. On our way back to the RV, I will stop at the vending machine and get out a get him a little thing of Amos cookies.
certainly.
They're
Awesome.
probably stale.
Well, of course they are, but
Oh yeah.
It tastes
I mean,
like
they're put in the
Xanax for
package
some reason.
stale.
They're,
goes-
when they're brand new, they're stale.
Exactly.
He's not wrong. If nothing else, if there's nothing else going on, Dell's going to gather what belongings he bothers with, which mostly involves like a few like sets of shabby clothes, which cover himself but don't make him look particularly stylish or anything. And that's about it as far as I'm concerned. I do want to
Okay.
be able to walk around in Hamid form without actually making everybody extremely uncomfortable.
Certainly. So the Valkyrie Foundation, and also since this is the first time Dell's been in it, the Valkyrie Foundation itself is a 3-story tall building. It's pretty much a giant rectangle. The main entrance is in the center of it, with so there's a east and west wing, basically, kind of idea, and the stairs run through the center of the main building. On the first floor, there's a couple offices, a kitchen, a reading area, those sort of things. The second floor is actually where they house the inmates, as like or guests or residents, depending on which member of the staff you're talking to. Most of them try to keep it to residents or guests. A couple of the orderlies are a little shady. But all the staff is either Guru kinfolk or full Guru themselves. And then on the third floor is a smaller little landing area, half story kind of thing set in the center, which is where Gretchen's office is. So you do know, because you have to go on to the second floor to go downstairs, so you do stop on the floor that the residents live. In that room, you kind of just feel a little uneasy in the hallway, and as you look around and peer to the Umbra, you can see there are warding put on that floor to keep spirits out of the building. So things like Banes and stuff cannot get inside the building. And by turn, though, that also means that Gaian spirits and wild spirits can't get in the building, unless it's like a couple. Now, some of the Weaver spirits do find ways to get in, but that's because usually it's like electrical spirits are riding the actual current and can't get off the electrical loop in the building. Things like that. Like if they were to try to leave the loop, they would hit the ward to get ejected out, that sort of thing. Yeah. So later that afternoon, you all have a chance to get some food, pick up your stuff, and get a chance to talk amongst yourselves if there's something specific you want to make sure you grab before you go on the trip, like flashlights or walkie-talkies or whatever the case might be. This is your chance to think of it before we. Because once I throw you through the moon bridge, what you got? It's what you got.
I'm gonna get my backpack then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time we went through the moon bridge, we got stranded in the woods. So
Yeah.
everybody bring some food and water.
the wilds of Canada
It's the
in winter.
woods.
The trauma bridge.
If you can't,
Pack a blanket.
why would
I,
you need to bring food to the woods?
Well,
They're all Hamid.
We were an entire pack of Hamids.
Pups, Hamid pups, who were dropped in the middle of wilds of Canada for the rite of passage.
Yeah, my wilderness survival was in Afghanistan, so yeah, I'm not trained for deep winter.
The frozen north. Eh?
Hey.
So, yeah. So later that afternoon, after lunch, downstairs as you enter back into the building or from getting your supplies and stuff, you're greeted by Gretchen, and two of the orderlies are with her, and they will take you upstairs to Orson to see Orson. Before they take you upstairs, though, she's we did go ahead and have the wards checked. The wards are all still in place. They're all still sound. There doesn't seem to be any tampering with them. So, I mean, obviously, she kind of like looks at the pack and then and then looks over at Dell as I'm like, well, stand up to your theory, just looks over at Dell and like, you're welcome to check them as well if you want to make sure that they're intact. But our staff have looked over them. They seem to be fine. Just want to make sure that we took care of that, make sure there wasn't any concern about that. So,
See, I don't necessarily think that. I don't necessarily think that what we're dealing with is something that Orson himself is doing. I feel like most likely, whatever happened to Orson, there's probably something behind it, and it's probably that entity that's doing all this. So I wasn't worried that Orson had slipped the wards. It was more.
That obviously would be a concern. When she says that, though, you could almost hear the relief in her voice. Like, she was like getting paranoid that maybe Orson had done something.
Oh.
Have you spoken to Dell about Orson yet?
Oh,
No.
I feel like we've only hit the highlight reel.
I meant to ask, but I didn't.
We should probably fill him in before we go talk to him.
I would like that.
That's a good idea.
Oh, where to start?
Orson's a big bag of crazy.
That's not. I mean, it's not wrong, but that's not particularly helpful.
I want to start with the restraints.
Oh no, the patient's handout's still not working.
Oh, hey, yeah. Oh.
So the whole reason that we came out here was because of Orson. He had gone missing from the Sept of the Green in New York,
Ah.
and when we got here, we found that he's well, a big bag of crazy is not wrong, but like I said, it doesn't really explain the whole situation. There's multiple voices inside of him.
Like spirits, multiple. He has a spirit inside of him.
Maybe it's hard to say if it's that there are other spirits or if it's just that he's crazy.
We
You
haven't
know,
done any
it
spiritual
could-
healing.
Well, no. Again, none of us are there. Just that seems like more your sort of thing. And you're a child of Gaia to boot, so you know.
So maybe you have some answers for us that we haven't had previously about what's going on with Orson.
I can ask.
And hopefully you'll get to talk to one of the nice ones.
That would be nice.
I feel like I'm forgetting to say something, but
Is there, I keep wanting to grab my wrist when I'm talking out of character. It's a very old.
old LARP habits.
I think like 2 people who are watching this at any point in history will get that.
Put a big circle on top of your head.
Anything like don't, if he like challenges you to find the iocane powder in the wine, don't do it. Anything. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I get it, but
Well, just when you say things like that, like, well, I feel like there's something I should be telling you. That doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, which of course means that something dramatic and amusing is going to happen. I'm just, trying to.
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's nothing.
Oh, drama fun. More drama. Anyway.
well, no, I feel, I mean, we didn't get a lot of answers talking to Orson, other than that he was here and he wasn't currently hurting anyone. And then we kind of got sidetracked doing other work for the Valkenburg.
Orson didn't hurt anyone. Why was Gretchen scared of him?
No, I didn't say he didn't hurt anyone. I said he isn't currently hurting anyone.
Oh.
He tends to get violent at night. Mostly at night.
Mostly.
So, with that, they will take you to the second floor and lead you down the long stone hallway. There are sets of doors on either side, leading down to the final door on the south end of the building, south side of the building.
Uh-oh. I hear music.
Hey, all of my writing vanished.
No, not the music.
I've had music going this whole time, so all of a sudden it was like, remix.
I had labeled these cells when we were here before. Curses.
So,
They've all shifted around.
Orson is on the far side. Yep. Cell.
Yeah. No, I remember which one Orson was in. It's just that, like I said, at one point I'd labeled them so that we could remember who was in the others. But oh well.
Yeah, and I can get you that list if you'd like. There are a couple other cells on that. There are 4 cells on that side of the building, total. And then up on the other floor, there are on the other side there are 4 on the other side facing the other side of the building. So
Right. And they're not all occupied, if memory serves.
that is correct. The one right next to and across from Orson's are empty. They're specifically kept empty. On the other end of the building are the twins are on the other side of the building.
Right.
Sam's cousins. So they will lead you down the hallway. There is a single light hanging from a lighting fixture every 10-15 feet in the hallway, giving it that uber creepy bad lighting effect. And the door to the room is currently closed. There we go.
Oh, that's scary.
And as you peek through the door is a solid reinforced steel door, fire door, with a single window that has a slot that can be opened and closed. It is currently slid open. Inside the room, even though it's day out, it's cloudy and overcast and gray, so the whole room looks dim and dark. Orson himself is sitting in the room on his bed, quietly just sitting, legs curled up to his chest, hands wrapped around them, just quietly sitting there.
As we go in, I would like to activate heightened senses so that even walking in this still smell what's in there.
Certainly.
Because that's probably the first thing Bell's going to do. Is he's going to sniff Orson out, and is he? I'm presuming he's Guru. Just try to sort of get some measure of what's going on.
Certainly. Orson himself is, yes, he is Guru. He is a Bonar, actually. He is currently looking a little disheveled. He's kind of got a wiry build, kind of dark, tangled-ish, medium-length hair. As he walks in, kind of slowly looks up. Got me someone new.
Well, Racha is perhaps a bit generous.
I just came.
That's true. We didn't have to bring him here or anything.
Phrasing.
He volunteered.
That was a phrasing moment. I apologize profusely.
How you feeling today, Orson?
We're fine.
Had any late night voyages the last couple days?
You know that the good doctor won't let me out to play.
I'm not so sure this was something the good doctor had to say in. You don't do any dream wandering or anything like that?
I can't leave the building. You know that.
How'd you get that surprise flower then last time?
That was just sleight of hand.
For 4 months before we came here?
You know, Bonars, we hang on to everything.
That's true.
What else is in there with you?
That would be telling.
Well, that's why we're asking, yes?
That
We are hoping you tell us.
That is what telling means. Yeah. Yes, that would be telling. Very good.
Here's the thing, Orson. Multiple members of my pack had nightmares with you in them last night.
Right, so we're not going for subtle. Understood.
I'm glad we had an impression.
Here's the thing, Kennedy. My 44 doesn't have a silencer.
how exactly did you leave an impression, Mr. Spooky?
You only came to have seen me once, but yet you're still having dreams about me.
Calm down. We all had one dream at the same time, with you in it.
Also, a point of order.
That's weird.
Did Dell actually see Orson in his dream, or was this somebody else that he saw?
Nope. No, based on the description, you're pretty sure your dream was about Sam Haight.
I had a feeling. I'm pretty sure. Like, I know. Just making sure.
Yep. Especially this, you would have had time to chat with some of the others at the Sept, and that's been a hot topic around the Sept since the pack encountered him last.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
So I dream about you.
Does one of your friends like to travel into people's dreams, Orson?
See, I don't think we actually dreamed about you. I don't think you're actually that important. I think we dreamed about whoever else is taking a ride inside you. Yes, I'm trying to taunt the serial killer.
Seems well.
Can we muzzle him first?
I mean, it would not be the first time I've been bait.
There's not any way. I'm assuming that there is not a reflective surface in here, but through which I can actually peek into the umbra and see if I can see anything kind of hanging on him. I'm assuming they're keeping him without reflective surfaces. I'm hoping.
They're like, as you look around, you know that they've gone out of their way to make sure anything metal or reflective is like just the most non-reflective, matte, flat.
I'm glad they're taking their precautions seriously.
Yeah, and you can see the cell itself has been reinforced. The floors have been reinforced. The walls have been reinforced. So even with Guru's strength and Krynos, it would take quite a bit to get through it.
Yeah.
So, while poking at the Orson, because that's what Kennedy was doing.
Poke.
He just gonna stretches his shoulders back and kind of just stiffens upright a little bit. It's quite enough from you.
Who are we talking to now?
The only sensible one.
I don't think we've had the pleasure.
We've spoken before. But then again, your simple mind probably can't comprehend that.
Oh, you're one of those ghosts. Okay.
Ghosts. Jeez.
The others refer to me as Oliver.
Not our Oliver, right? This is a different Oliver.
Yeah, that was a bit from last season. You remember that there was.
Yes, now
Yeah, I remember Oliver being one of the people inside Orson.
Yeah.
Well, Oliver, do you know anything about what we're talking about?
Well, obnoxious. Orson is not, capable of such feats. He's stuck in here like the rest of us.
There's not a being called the Butcher stuck in there with you, is there?
There isn't, but that's a tale from long ago. The Butcher stirs again? That is interesting.
No, my dream was Roman times. Fall of the Western Empire, I think.
Oh, that would make sense.
Did you say stirs? like periodically repeats and goes back to sleep.
I feel like I've seen this movie. If I see any red balloons or clowns, then I'm leaving.
Actually, he's
Yeah,
taking
the-
a bartending course.
The butcher is one of many servants of the worm. I'm sure if you spoke to some elders of your tribes, a couple of them can fill you in.
Oliver, I just need to know if my pack's in danger from you or anybody in there.
The pack's always in danger. It's part of being, well, a pack.
I hate to say this, but I'm actually agreeing with him.
He's not wrong.
I also agree with him. Maybe I should specify. Are we in specific danger from you or any of the creatures in there with you?
Huh. There's a couple of us in here, and possibly, but immediate danger, I don't believe so. Now, if Oswald had his way, I'm sure he would try to do anything he could to hurt you, but what do you expect from children?
Maybe you can work with us on something else that we're working on. There's a young woman who might have a similar affliction to what you have that we're supposed to bring in. You have any advice?
Watch how far you wander.
I hate the Umbra.
You're really gonna have to get over that, you know.
Makes my skin itch.
Well, I'm sure your pack does not keep you around for your sage advice and gift of the spirits. I'm sure they keep you around to punch things.
I am good at punching things. Driving cars into things.
And you see like a kind of a wave of fatigue kind of wash over him for a second. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
I don't think so for now, Oliver. But thank you for being forthcoming in your own way.
And with that, his shoulders kind of slump and his body posture just kind of sags.
I have a feeling that wasn't easy for him.
I don't think it was either. And I think he may have been trying to help us in his own way. Which I like even less.
Yeah.
See, when the storyteller's cackling like that, that's bad. That's
It's
bad.
not the storyteller, it's Orson.
Oh, I thought he'd already just kind of faded.
Now Oliver faded
Oliver.
Orson's back.
Oh, damn it. Excuse me.
Not quite.
Oh,
This is Oswald.
Yeah, you're good at this game.
which one is Oswald?
The dangerous one.
Oh. I'm not dangerous. I'm fun. I'm not boring like you.
I stand by my assessment.
And at that point, he locks eyes with Killian. He's like, I'm sure he understands. rules are boring.
Riverdale, what's he talking about?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time? Spooky.
The rules are boring. You understand that.
Oh, of course. Rules are more like guidelines. I mean, and we can't really play a game if we're not bending the rules a little bit. So I know you know that someone knows something. So how about a hint?
I wasn't playing with you as much as I would like to. I couldn't if I wanted to.
Were you playing with one of us?
I think that was the collective view.
The royal we.
He's not the brightest one, is he?
Well, he's not bright, it's just that he's a cop. He's very literal minded.
And he's a get.
They don't give you a badge for metaphors.
Hey, the get with a Glock. We don't try to mess with them.
Oswald, you were the first person I'm visiting when I get my big fuck off hammer.
I don't think we're supposed to threaten the guests.
You sound like her.
Yeah, I guess it's
Guess.
kind of generous.
Guests are allowed to leave.
Fine, prisoners. We're still not supposed to threaten them.
He's not a prisoner, he's a patient. But I'm not an orderly. I think we have everything we need here. What do you guys think?
I think we're not going to get the answers I'm actually looking for. I'm still not really convinced that Oswald knows half as much as he wants us to think he does.
Yeah, he's not very good at playing games.
Because I'm not playing with you. They won't let me.
Who are you playing with?
No one. You're boring.
You're boring.
Come on, Darren, shake your car keys at him or something.
And with that, the whole body kind of leans a little bit back towards the wall.
Shake your car keys at him. Next time we'll bring a laser pointer.
All right. I think we've gotten everything we're going to get out of here.
And with that, Orson kind of sits up a little bit more. They don't like you very much, do they?
Some of them like us better than others.
Some of them have no taste.
Some of us can walk out the door. I'm gonna go ahead and step out of the room.
And as you make your way to step towards the door, the orderlies unlock it to let you out.
Give him a good old thumbs up.
Dell is also going to step out, making faintly embarrassed gestures as if he has to use the bathroom.
Are the rest of you stepping out as well? Or you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start stepping out, Orson starts singing to himself. He starts singing what sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Which one?
Is that a nursery rhyme we recognize, or?
Possibly.
It's in Swedish. The man's
No.
crazy.
No, it's it's in English. He starts singing singing a song of sixpence.
Okay.
I thought you were about to say the Song of Silence, and I was like, is that a nursery rhyme?
It can be.
Single song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. 4 and 20 blackbirds baking in a pie.
When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Yeah, I know it.
I do not, but I have Wi-Fi in this hotel, so I'm gonna. I'll look it up real quick.
And with that,
What
as soon
what
as the rest-
historical disaster is that nursery rhyme based on?
and with the as the rest of you leave the cell, the orderlies lock it back up. Gretchen is right down the hallway. She's kind of like hanging out near the reception desk that's near the stairs, just in case. Like, she's trying to look casual and failing miserably. She's obviously stressed because, well, Orson causes her stress.
Especially as we're heading out. I mean, Dell was quite serious about finding a bathroom. He is aware of what tends to be found in bathrooms. Yes, he is looking for a mirror.
Okay.
If just curious, I want to peek.
I support this move.
I don't really know a way to clue everybody else in that I'm doing that, but I want to see.
This is our sign for mirror. Over situation.
Oh, see, this is my sign for, like, I'm 8 and my dad took me to see Ghostbusters and I really shouldn't have gone.
Well, I
Because the
understand
librarian
that.
was scary.
So with that, yeah, you can. There's no staff bathroom on the first floor or on the second floor. You have to go down to the first floor. But yeah, there's a restroom.
Okay.
There's also once you get to the first floor, there's also windows and mirrors and
stuff.
toasters and.
Well, the idea is, I have a feeling if somebody sees me gazing fondly into a mirror, they're probably going to come up and ask me what the shit I think I'm doing.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think to what degree discretion is a part of Dell's vocabulary, he's going to try to exercise it.
Okay.
Bill, is this your first number 2? Do you need a buddy?
I have nothing to say that's any better than that. Very good.
Okay. Guys, I guess I'm taking Del to the bathroom.
No, I could totally see this being played off as like to make pee-pee.
To make... Well,
I mean, actually, it's not a terrible idea for you to accompany him.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably let Riverdale take care of that. I'm gonna go get our bags packed for our trip.
I had to go.
Well, I'm certainly not going into the bathroom.
Would you like to come with me, Kennedy, to pack our bags? Get us ready to get on the way out to the northwest.
Sure.
Why are you being so passive aggressive just because you can't be with the boys?
I assure you, on the list of things that bother me, that doesn't even make the top 20.
Oh, okay, then I'll grab Del's hand like he's 5. We'll go.
You find the restroom. Congratulations.
What's the stall situation?
Well, I was hoping for single occupant, man, but maybe that's not maybe that's too much. Well, actually, if the two of us go into a single occupant restroom, that might look unfortunate.
I'm sure they're used to that here. So.
I'm just gonna walk him through the logistics.
I'm sorry, I assumed that the rest of us were not so thick that we didn't understand why he was actually looking for a mirror. Like, oh, yeah, you're looking for a mirror. Got it.
I presume Killian wants to come with, I guess.
No,
That's why I was
I think
suggesting
this man
that you
needs
go
to use
with.
the bathroom.
Like, in terms of through the.
Right, yeah, that's what I
Through
was
the
thinking.
looking
Like, you're
glass.
going to let the Thayer guide you through the veil. But
Yeah.
Well, you
Oh,
said
have
you
you-
didn't have to go. What are you talking about? Now we're just standing here in the bathroom.
I think both of you
Or
guys
as I
should
like
go.
to call it, Saturday night.
Saturday night again.
So,
So yeah, if there is a if it's quiet and we are secluded enough to not really get in any trouble. I don't want to get in any trouble. We're going to see about slipping through the veil.
you slip into the other side. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You have plenty of time. No one's going to harass you. And you are able to step into the Umbra.
Okay.
The building itself exists in the Umbra. It's been here long enough to have a spiritual reflection in the Umbra realm. It some of it seems a lot more sparse and just like the walls, as opposed to some of the room. There's a slight echo of furniture, because those are antique pieces, and so they've been around for a long time. They have had chance to have a reflection built up. And you are on the first floor in the Umbra on the Valkenberg Foundation.
Oh. How can this go wrong? Well, I guess we're going to. I'm assuming has Killian come through with me?
Or did you go in the stall, or you just did it when you walked in?
There's not a mirror in the stall, though.
That's true. I guess I'm with them.
There is water in the bowl, though.
I am not climbing into the Umbra through the toilet bowl. I have
No.
standards.
I legitimately just thought you needed to use the bathroom, and now we're in the spooky place. So what are we doing?
Oh. We're going to go look. We're going to go look in on Orson.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
So then I guess I will stay in Hamid form for the time being. We will retrace our steps and see if we can get up there.
Are all the signs backwards in the Umbra? Do we know where we're going?
They're all in Estonian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make your way back to where the center stairs were for the Umbra, for the main stairwell. They are reflected in the Umbra as well. You can get to the second floor. The second floor in the Umbra, all the walls have that kind of white cottony texture to it. Like they look like threads and threads and threads of webbing piled up on top of each other. In the top floor, that is a much more solid and reinforced. It looks like the threading's made out of stone and cable. At either end of the hallway, you see an eye open up. A large, oversized eye open up as soon as you step on the floor. It looks at you and kind of relaxes a little bit. You recognize it as a warding spirit.
Well, if it's relaxing, excuse me, I should be on mic when I talk. If it's relaxing, then I'm unworried. Well, I'm unworried about it.
Your guess is that since the pack has claimed you and the pack has the permissions to be here, then the spirit recognizes that you have permissions to be here.
Well, that's nice to know.
Thank God, I had no idea what that thing was.
Oh, this is. Yeah,
It
first
doesn't
time.
look like the giant eyeball from Big Trouble in Little China at all, except totally does.
I always thought they ripped that off from a beholder. Yeah.
A little bit.
So, but yes, so we shall. I would like to. I don't know that we're going to be able to actually open that room. I guess we can go down and see what the room is like. See if there's a way to look into it or see into it.
Yeah. So as you're making your way down the hallway, you see that in the Umbra the doors are made of heavy reinforced, just like they are the physical mirrors of the physical world. Meaning that they also have the slots to slide open to look inside, and they're open unless they've been closed otherwise. So as you get down there, you can see that the window slot is open, and unlike the physical world where it had a couple bars in it to keep people from reaching through it, this one has more of a fine crisscross X to mesh of metal cables. reinforcing it. But you can still see through it. And inside you can see Orson, or a spiritual reflection of Orson.
Are my heightened senses still active at this point, or have they
Sure.
lapsed? Then, so Dell is going to just wordlessly, quietly, he's actually just going to like remove his clothing and hand them to Killian, like hold these, and he's going to shift to Lucas.
Oh, that's right.
Killian can think about this what he pleases.
I will put this in my backpack like a good friend.
And
Wings
because I
and pack
want
bond
to-
have some clothes.
I would like to. 'Cause I mean, I obviously I can't go in there, but maybe I can get some kind of sense of anything of what sort of spirits are about, if there are. What is? He's got extra people skin gem. That's weird. I want to see if there's a reflection of that in the Umbra.
You said you're lupus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank God.
So
Problem
go
is now I
ahead.
can't. Well, yeah, I had to. Well, he did undress first because he doesn't have clothing bound to him or nothing.
I get you. Just
Yeah,
checking the
so-
step in the process.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go ahead and make me a roll. For this, because it's spirity weirdness that you're specifically looking to. We're gonna say it's intelligence and enigmas.
Righty ho.
Diff 8.
Blimey. Okay, so it is. I need to work on my syntax. Bear with me, everybody. I don't know how to put the cute notes into Roll20 yet. That's okay. 10. That didn't work.
It does. You just have to manually count them.
Bugger. 2 success. No, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. A 10 and an 8 and a 1. So I think it's either 1 or 2 successes.
1.
Just 1? That's right, because the 1 negates the other. But it
One
was a
success
10.
is all you needed. There does not seem to be any spiritual reflection happening on him. What you can see is that there actually are no spirits in the area. The wards would have actually kept them out. So if he was have been brought in while being possessed, it would have set off the wards. So this might just be a psychological personality break as opposed to spirit possession.
So is the mesh flexible or is it hard steel? It's not given at all.
It's got a little bit of give. It's more like a bunch of spider web threads woven together, but as if the spider threads were actually made of metal.
Okay. I would like to go into my backpack. Pull out a nice little burner phone. I'm just gonna pop it through the slot.
This as you go to try to push it through, the webbing actually kind of flexes a little bit to tighten up the weave.
Might regret this, but I'm gonna try to put my pinky finger through that.
Oh,
Does it close again?
Try to stick your finger through it. It just kind of they start contracting.
I know there's gonna be some crime check I can justify. So,
Beaver spirits don't like you.
Well, you still seeing this, you're pretty sure it's the warding's trying to keep him from messing with the cell. There's a possibility if he tries to force it, it will set off the alarms.
That would be bad. So, how do I get his attention? I guess, sort of. I don't actually have to say anything. Don't do that.
I'm getting an idea. It's forming in my head.
Maybe don't do that either.
Can I do a
What is the idea?
larceny and a stealth check to try to get it to tighten on one end and slip the phone through the opposite one?
Sure.
Really don't do that.
What is my challenge rating number?
If for that, let me consult the Tome of Evil. For that, I'm going to say the difficulty is going to be an 8.
Okay. Worst case, I lose a finger.
Actually, there could be quite a bit worse than that, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's cute that you think that's the worst.
it's just, I envy you, your optimism.
Okay. I forgot. That's not how it works. I have to pick an attribute and an ability. So can I pick stealth as my ability? And probably wits as my attribute since I'm trying to be clever. Does that work?
Yep.
And do we have any dice in the pool?
There are dice in the worm pool, but nothing in the wild pool for the players.
Come on. I got 2 successes.
This is an opposed check. And you, my friend. So what kind of phone is this?
It's a crappy little flip phone, kind of like a razor burner.
So with that, you kind of quickly tap on the door a couple places, tap on the wires a couple places to kind of get them to start reacting. And it reacts almost like a spider web where you hit it and it kind of reverberates and responds to that. And as you do, Dell, you see him slip in the thin little flip phone through the other side. And you hear it clink clink on the other side.
Yes.
What is that?
That is potential. So, Del, are you done being naked? Can we go home?
Yes, let's go. Let's go back.
Okay.
So, with
Yes.
that, the two of you are able to rejoin the rest of the pack, and that's what we're going to call our first break for the evening. So, shenanigans are afoot. Welcome to the Trail Mix pack.
Hope
You did
survived
actually
the
call us the
experience.
Trail Mix pack earlier. I'm glad that I was not hallucinating.
That is the name that the pack gave themselves. And
What do you think we survived on in the cold frigid north?
I have so much to teach you people.
Yay, we're gonna learn survival skills and Umbra skills.
And also how to open granola in lupus form.
It's not different from Hamid. You just use your teeth.
Actually, it is. You need the opposable thumbs. It's a +2 difficulty.
I'm pretty sure you can eat the rabbit.
All right, I'm gonna send us to break now.
Okay.
There you go. For the best.
thank you so much for holding out for us while we took our quick break to get refreshments and tend the call of nature. We do appreciate it. With that, the pack has regrouped. They're finalizing their items to go for their trip before they take the moon bridge from the Pure Heart Sept to Cauldron Rock. So if there's anything specific you want to take that you haven't mentioned before, that you actually have in existence, not the legendary hammer of smashing, which you have not earned yet.
Not yet.
Not
Just
yet.
let us know.
It's coming.
Just let me know.
Alex, we could just go to a Walgreens or a Home Depot, get you a mallet.
bulky
Quite the same.
hammer of smiting.
Can we stop at the Groucho Marx Museum on the way?
There you go.
Or Gallagher, the Gallagher exhibit on the way?
I mean, I don't think. The truth is, we probably should go get that sort of stuff, but I don't think any of us are the types who would think to go buy it, or acquire it. So,
Mallet?
no, like,
Gallagher tickets? Like, where are we going with this?
We're time traveling.
Yeah, this RV is the best, you know.
I didn't realize the flux capacitor came installed.
That's why they charge me so much extra.
It's just some kind of hot tub time machine.
Oh, yeah. Saturday night.
Right. So, no, I don't think we're acquiring any specific equipment or gear other than, you know, their guns and people's smartphones and my clave.
I love not having to worry about any of that. This is a fantasy role-playing game after all.
So, with that, the pack grabs their gear, grabs their duffel bags and backpacks or whatever, and they're carrying their stuff in and makes their way to the Sept of the Pure Heart. Upon arrival, it is now late in the evening. The sun's gone down, the moon's come up. And I'm evil. And they proceed to do the rite to open the moon bridge. Ahead of you, the large swirling pattern of silverish white light swirls into being and stretches forth, forming what looks like a tunnel of pure energy. For you to step in.
Here we go again.
Off we go.
As you
Dell's
step
just
across,
going, cool, all right.
as you step across, you feel that first step and a lurch in your stomach as you feel the ground below you give out and then get tugged up towards the sky for a rather long and simultaneously short short moment, and then you feel the descent as if you're dropping in a roller coaster. And you step out of the moon bridge into a large clearing. Before we step out, was everyone going in Hamid or were you in Lupus?
I'm
Duh.
going to Hamid for him.
Yeah.
Where exactly is the did they tell us where the bridge is taking us?
A sept called the Cauldron Rock.
Oh yeah, if it's a sept then screw it. I'm going to Lupus one.
I guess I'll put his clothes in my backpack.
Oh shit. Yeah, I have to find a way to transport clothing. We'll work on that.
Oh, or you don't have anything bound to you?
No.
He just got his clothes like yesterday, didn't he?
No, he's had clothes. He just doesn't care.
He's no effort to have them bound to him.
Exactly. He literally doesn't care. That's just.
So.
But yeah, so yeah, if we're going to a sept, then Dell's going to Lupus form.
Cool. That's why, since he is lupus born, that's why I kind of assumed, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So, as you step out, you step into a rather large clearing. Around you is a whole ring of large old-growth trees, and on the far side of the clearing that you're in, you see a rather large stone boulder with a big chunk on the top scooped out, forming kind of a natural bowl shape. And there are streaks of dark blotches streaking the ground and the stone itself. Would anyone like to make me a perception and alertness check?
I would love to.
Oh, when you ask about that.
Holy crap. What's the diff?
What's the diff?
Diff 6.
Cool. Let me see if I've got my syntax together this time.
For some reason, I can't shift back to Hamid form. Oh, here we go. I fixed it. You said perception alertness?
Yes.
I got 2.
2.
Darren
Yes.
got 0.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't. I neglected the exclamation mark.
Mine's a critical to it.
Bugger. Either way, it's telling me I got 3, so I'll take it.
Cool. So, yeah, everyone but Darren, basically.
That checks out.
Um, yep. Sounds about right.
It does.
You quickly realize that the stains on the boulder and ground are from blood. The whole area is kind of seeped in blood. And our lovely lupus friend, since you got 3 successes, you notice that amongst the ground in the area are little fragments, what appear to be bone fragments, scattered around on the ground, around the rock area.
Stand somewhere else.
With that information, is there anything the pack would like to do specifically?
Yeah. Is that a warning or something that just happened? Or both?
It looks like the stains are of various age, like a long time. This is whatever it is has been happening for a long time. The bone fragments are, some of them are fresh, some of them are less fresh, some of them are ancient, yellowed.
This is the rock cauldron?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like a cooking pot people come here to eat or something.
Right, but shouldn't there be someone here who opens up the bridge for us?
So I'm going to assume it just
So
probably smells
with
like
that,
something
I'm
in
gonna
the
need
house.
a Dex Athletics check from you, Kennedy.
Dexterity and athletics?
Do a flip?
Yes.
Oh, this,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, look, the fairies interrupted our moon bridge. Can they do that?
Actually, it's possible. No, possibly
Okay.
possible.
We got yoinked.
What's the difficulty, Jonesy?
Difficulty is maybe 6. It's an
Okay.
opposed check.
Is this anything that by perfect balance would be applicable for?
I would say no.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to ask. That is 3 successes.
That is jazz hands.
That is well played, good sir. Well played. As you're looking around, going, "Wait, shouldn't someone be here to greet us or something?" As you do, a rather large Krynos guru streaks out of the woods near you and is swinging at you. And as you quick to spin and pivot to get out of the way, you realize they weren't. It doesn't seem like they were trying to attack, more like grab something you were carrying. In this case, they were trying to go and grab your clave.
Oh,
And having missed, they keep running a little bit and kind of they basically came from one edge of the clearing and are dodging through it to the other side of the clearing.
Bunch of
But
thieves.
it's definitely a Krynos guru, and you got a good enough look at them to realize there was no visible deformities.
can I help you?
And with that,
It's just still charging straight through.
Yeah, it was charging straight through. Like it was like trying to sneak through, like run behind you, and look like it was trying to grab the clave off of Kennedy and missed. And I keep running to the, and I'll keep running towards the other side of the clearing.
Can I get a scent? Did I happen to get a scent of him? Of them, rather?
Sure, make me a perception check.
Hells yeah. This is gonna cost me notices, I know. Just straight perception.
Wits and perception.
Ready ho.
If you're trying to do it on the kind of on the quick.
And you said, I'm sorry, what was the diff you said? 7?
6.
6. Thank you.
So
Did get it right. 3 successes.
Nice.
with that, as they hit the other side of the clearing, you got a good scent of them. As they hit the other side of the clearing, they let out a howl, which you, being a Galliard candy, immediately recognize as a howl of mockery. Someone is trying to taunt you.
Appreciate that.
So,
They have
with that,
now.
they start making a howl of mockery as they hit the other side of the clearing. What is the pack doing?
Kennedy, what's our social protocol for getting called out?
We can boast back, we can try to prove them wrong, or we can simply try to endure the mockery.
What are they mocking us for? Is this because the last time we went through a moon bridge, a bunch of cubs got killed?
You know what?
Don't say that like it's our fault, Darren. That's bad for our image.
You didn't tell me about that.
Look, I'm not saying it was our fault, but it is something that empirically happened.
I will howl out a howl of challenge.
Oh shit.
Which starts like the howl of introduction, but then rolls into, well, yeah, I don't know enough of them to mock them, but I will call out our our deeds in our introduction.
The
Yeah.
howl of WTF.
Give him the guru word for fuck around and find out.
Mocking me
essentially,
can't even
yes.
steal a knife.
Yeah. I will howl out and call out, we are the Trail Mix Pact, chosen of Raccoon. Our alpha is Darren throws cars. Descendant of whoever your ancestors are, which, I'm sure at this point we've gone through them, even though the player doesn't know.
My father.
Obviously, I don't have as much to say about Dell, but I will call out our renown.
That howl was very informative for Del.
They are just standing
Del-
out in the open, still in Hamid, but holding the clave, basically doing the fuck around and find out.
Tell the lupus who yells fire to the rain.
So,
With that, you're doing the howl, and as you do, various pine cones are being flung at you from the edge of the clearing.
I don't think this is the set. I don't think this is where we meant to be.
Is there a howl for we're lost?
no.
Is there like a pinecone shaped rock next to my feet? I'll also take a normal rock.
It's very stimulating.
Yeah, you can find a rock.
Andy,
Do I find a target?
you should.
I'm just gonna go ahead fastball special in the general direction of these pine cones.
Just gonna start chucking rocks.
No, this is a pine cone that I found on the ground.
Oh,
Very heavy set pine cone.
We're about to have our
Smells like
loser
rock.
club scene.
the home defense pike.
Home defense pike.
So, with that, yeah, the whoever this is continuing the mock howl and is trying to goad you. Kennedy,
Yes.
make me a willpower roll.
Uh-huh. What's my difficulty?
What's your age?
That was straight up 7.
Difficulty is yes.
This is gonna be terrible.
Anyone not Kennedy who would like can go ahead and make me a wits and enigmas roll or a wits and streetwise roll, whichever you have.
I'm wise.
Kennedy rolled rocks and got 3 successes on her willpower save.
Difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6.
Ugh. 0.
Ooh, flipping. Okay. So
I got a big old 0 too. I don't know these streets.
Dear God.
We're in the middle of the woods. What street am I gonna wise here?
People talking shit is the same whether you're in the streets or in the city.
That's true.
Yeah, except it doesn't come with a hick accent.
Ew, I just got one.
Whoever it is, whatever this guru is trying really hard to goad you into following them,
Well, I've already.
into giving them, into getting you to give chase.
I mean, I was
Could have
planning
just
on.
asked.
I literally was just getting ready. It was like I can track them or whatever. Yeah, well, I don't need to. They're basically trying to drag us along anyway.
I need
so-
you to smell one now. I got this rock in my hand. I haven't been able to throw it.
If you wanted us to follow you, you could have just asked.
Maybe they're like those dogs that doesn't like to lead people places but likes to be chased.
We'll follow.
There's a beagle in my life who's like that.
I love
and
the
with
idea that they're trying to goad us, and we're just like kind of trudging along behind it, like, fine, whatever. Woohoo, I mock thee. Woohoo, yeah, whatever. Just tell us. What
You're not my mom.
pack
He's
trail
very
much
much
more like
over it.
more like pack teen drama.
Before we start following them, can I shift? That way I don't get my backpack yoinked by a bunch of huckleberry fins.
Yes.
You know, it's not a terrible plan. Oh,
That's a good
shift
plan.
to leave us as well.
It has its membership has its privileges.
That's streetwise without a roll. That's different.
So yeah, you can shift and they go taking off through the woods.
Well, this seems like it's
And-
my department. Am I all right?
So you're leading the following, Andy.
I mean, I can smell them probably better than anybody else, but yeah, this is kind of my milieu. So I guess yeah, if we're following, then
Okay. Yeah, you quickly give follow, and as they kind of dart back and forth and are trying to definitely get you to get closer to them, so they're going fast, but not obviously as fast as you can travel in wolf form. That you're well aware that they're trying to be subtle and failing miserably. And as you give chase, they kind of slow down and speed up, and slow down and speed up, and you chase them around the woods for a while, and they lead you to another large opening. And as you come barreling out from the opening, you are greeted by a 14-foot tall Crinoscrew.
We're about to find out.
would this be the same one? By the way,
No, this isn't. The coloring
different
was.
one.
This coloring is definitely different. The coloring of this Crinoscrew.
and smell them.
And the 14-foot, you would have really noticed it when they tried to. The other one was much smaller and normal sized.
Yeah,
Um,
very good.
So with that, I'm going to, and as you come barreling in, they let off this massive roar. I need you to all make me a roll. It's a willpower roll.
Oh, fine. What's
so-
the diff?
Diff is going to be 7.
And I just click on willpower for that, right? If I
Yes.
remember right.
Yep. I get 4 successes.
Sweet.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, I got 3
I got nothing.
successes.
Yeah.
Okay, do I not know where my willpower is?
That should be on the advantages tab.
Yep.
Yep, you
It's
just
not
click on
actually-
where the willpower lights up black.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I still can't access my sheet through this, but it's okay. I've got mine
Need to fix that for you.
here. Yeah, we'll get it eventually.
Oh, that's why I'm having so much trouble. It's the pop-out chat. There we go. Now I can multitask. I got a 1.
Okay. So with that, how did you do, Dell?
Oh no, I had big old goose egg. Yeah.
Okay. So everyone that's not Candy, you are pretty much knocked on your butt by the sheer presence and power of this group.
Oh yeah.
Kenny, you're mostly like, you take a step back, you definitely succeeded, but yeah, this is an older, like, I believe the phrase was, fuck around and find out.
I'm about
really,
to find out.
Really needs to be a Glasswalker gift. Just saying.
It really does.
A Glasswalker or rune gift. And as you kind of like screech to a halt and kind of you hear he's silent for a moment and he's like, "Who are you?"
I'm Darren, Alpha of the Trail Mix Pack.
I would
Yeah,
just say
tell
Kenny
him,
needs
Darren.
to shoulder check Darren if he doesn't say something.
We are expected. Are we not?
Thought we were expected.
What you're expecting?
I must say this is the rudest reception I've ever received across the moon bridge.
Second one.
They don't know that.
It is not actually.
Uh,
No, that part happened after we were received.
The Far Warden asked that you be allowed to come here. You get the impression that he knew. He was just fucking with you.
Hmm.
We hold this place, this cairn. We name it Cauldron Rock. I am Tall Wolf.
Yeah, you don't say.
Obvious name is obvious.
I love how I live in a glass house. I don't get to throw that stone.
Those who follow, those who you see here follow my word and my wisdom in protecting this place. We follow a hawk. He is our totem. Why are you here?
We're here to bring back a guru who has been lost. The people we report to told us that you would have some information for us in regards to that.
You're welcome here, but we are occupied with a fight against the apes who raped this land. So we cannot waste our time helping your lost cub. But you are welcome.
What are the apes doing?
Attacking the forest as always.
I think he's talking about deforestation.
You don't say, Riverdale.
You asked the question.
Is
You
it
do
something
not,
we can help with?
He kind of pauses for a moment, like, well, shit. If you can find time, we would welcome Mother Guru to our fight.
We are all children of Gaia, despite your rude welcome.
We are not children of Gaia. We are Talon.
Oh shit, we're dead.
We're all collectively children of Gaia.
Some more than others.
I'm a child of Fenris, yeah, but
If you do not draw attention to these hills, you are welcome. There's a moot in the full moon. If you come, bring blood for this Karen. Gray Nose will help you this night, and that you may find your way around the area. But that is all we have time to aid you with.
I'll give him a big Viking handshake if he'll let me.
It is all the.
Like those big forearm handshakes.
Yeah, he actually seems a little surprised by your forthrightness and the fact that you're offered to help without even blinking. So he'll take your hand and shake it, and then
he's
he.
not the one. That he's not the only one who's surprised by that offer.
Yeah.
We're going on a side quest, guys.
Cling!
I hate it when Dad drives, man.
Right?
Crust added to journal.
Why did you
Just
click
stop
on the
in
NPC?
directions, Dad. It's really easy.
Hey, we can't let the apes rape the land, okay? That's just not cool.
I understand that, but we also
I'm
have
sure
a.
not more offended by the term ape.
I'm sorry, do you prefer the technical term unga bunga?
I was thinking more of the issue that the longer that the Jane Doe's in the custody of these people, the greater the chance is for the veil to be ripped.
Hey, he said the moon was on the full moon. It's the new moon right now. We got a month.
Fair enough.
Well, we have
Give or take. I don't know how calendars work.
about 14 days.
Right.
Um,
A month would be from one full moon to the next one.
and
That makes
actually-
sense.
And it's not the full month. Yes, it's 28 days. I understand.
And
Look, we've got 2 weeks to
Sister
deal with the
Kennedy has
werewolf
a really
problem.
Good point, though. We need to get. I think the veil needs to come. The veil should come. Well, I don't know. I don't know what their situation is.
Well, let's go see this guru he told us to meet and see what kind of information they have ready for us.
I suspect that we've already met Greynos.
You have. You are sharp up on the uptick there.
Oh, I'm in lupus. I'm colorblind. That's why. Okay.
You can't see gray?
Tell me which gray,
Gray 3?
which shade of gray. And do you-
Well, I'll just pull out my Pantone chart and.
With that,
number 49.
Tall Wolf shifts into Lupus, and by Lupus I mean almost the size of a pony, in Lupus form, and stalks off through the woods.
Dang.
Yeah,
And the Clydesdale.
yeah, 14 foot tall and Krynos. Yeah, he's rather huge in all forms.
That's... Well.
With that,
inadequate.
Gray Nose walks over to you, and he is a wolf of grayish color. Pardon,
He's
so, and as he walks towards the pack, he is in Krynos form, and will shift back down to Lupus form. He's like, "Come, I'll show you the rift of the wild that boils in the Umbra, and I'll show you the way the twists, where the local blights and stuff are, so you can find your way around without too much trouble."
Thank you.
So if you would step over, and as you look down, you see that there's a small patch of stone that's been clawed out a lot to make it reflect, kind of buffed and polished and stuff to make it look shiny.
Oh, step over. Right. Okay.
And he will step into the Umbra.
Well, I'll be right behind him.
I'll slide to the left.
Crisscross.
Yep. So, you used to roll Gnosis, or are you just gonna let us?
You're in a Karen.
I was gonna say-
Everybody clap your hands.
And actually, based on how easy it was for you to step sideways, you're pretty sure this is a pretty powerful Karen. And as you step across, you just feel this ripple of anger kind of rush over you. for the devastation that's been done to the land nearby, kind of cluing you in theory that this is probably a Karen that's dedicated to rage.
Off the blood talon people.
I know.
I
Surprise.
was kind of thinking in that direction anyway, but yes, yeah.
Was it the rabbit bones that said "get off our property" when we landed?
Well,
Get off my lawn.
my.
And now that you're seeing and talking to him, it's quite obvious that he is also a Red Talon, the one that you're talking to. And you're pretty sure he's a Ragabash.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that real
Kind of
fast.
got that vibe.
Ragabash, that's just Garou for asshole.
I mean, you're not
on that
wrong.
now.
His name's Killian. He is a member of your pack. I'd like to remind you of that.
He's not an
We
asshole.
verbally abuse him because we love him.
So he quickly gives you kind of a lay of the land and kind of gives you a tour of the cairn and the area around the cairn. And as he's giving you the tour of the land, he actually takes you back towards the clearing where you first arrived in Cauldron Rock, which you can see is all the blood is like, even in the Umbra, it's kind of like the whole area has this really matted and muted red tint to it from the blood that's been regularly sacrificed on the altar, the makeshift cauldron altar that they have.
I'll say that about the Red Talons. They are certainly not fickle.
Very pragmatic. The blood sacrifice goes in, the power of the Karen comes out.
I mean, full marks for consistency.
Obvious
But-
screws are obvious. But as they walk you around and show you the area, you can see that there are blights and stuff in the area caused by local strip mining and deforestation, where they're actually stripping the trees. The Karen itself proper is in a very steep and hilly area, which makes it difficult to log. But out past the Karen proper, the land becomes a little easier to navigate, and therefore that's where more of the deforestation is taking place. You do see some patches of wild energy in the Umbra, where the wild is actually bleeding through, and so it's very chaotic on the Umbra side. And you also see some worm patches of Bane area, corrupted areas, as he's giving you a tour around the area. And then off in the distance, you can see kind of a hazy black kind of web spreading out, which he will point to. He refers to it as the ape encampment, which you recognize as a city.
Right. Going to assume that that's where we're going to find the Center for Psychiatric Studies in the Northwest National Laboratory.
And then, so as he's giving you a tour of the area, he will point. When you mention that, he'll actually say, "I'll point slightly to the east of that, and the laboratory is that direction. So it doesn't look like it's in the city proper."
Gotcha.
Have you scouted that area out at all?
I know of it, but I haven't really. We've been rather busy with the strip, the apes that strip our land.
Yeah, we sent a scout
Understandable.
out here before, right, Lucian?
Yes. The Strider. Yes.
I don't suppose he mentioned anything that might be important to know about that place before we head up there.
He did not. No.
Darren is realizing we should have talked to him before we left.
Still have our cell phones.
Most of us do.
Well,
Someone left it in the Umbra.
As best as
You
you
think
can
that's
tell,
what's
there's
going?
no connection between what's going on there with the laboratory and the attack on the forest, is there?
No.
Well, we can see that this is a place that is sacred to Gaia. Obviously, it needs to be protected, but you clearly seem like you're up for the task.
He doesn't say anything, but with that, his chin gets a little, just a touch, little up, and his chest kind of puffs out a little bit, like, kind of like, yeah, I can do it, kind of thing. Doesn't say anything, doesn't boast, but like,
Right.
definitely reacts to your compliment.
Freaking galliards, I swear.
Well, do we need to go to the city? I don't know that we do.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to do in the city until we take a look at the hospital. Might be we need to
think we should.
investigate some people's houses who work at the hospital, but we should go down there and take a look first, see what we're up against.
Okay. So with that, you head off to you part ways with Grey Wolf, Grey Nose, and you can head off to the laboratory area if you'd like.
Yeah, we should take a look in the Umbra when we get there, and then
Yeah.
we'll make an appointment to go there during the day.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
It is still the new moon, correct?
it is.
Okay. Well, that's actually helpful.
So, with that, you make your way towards the site and spend a couple hours trunking through the forest, the forest hills, and they're rather treacherous, and at least up on the topper part. And as you make your way down, you feel easier. You have the option of there is a river, the Columbia River flows down from the hills and stuff. So you have the option of going completely off, by land, through the woods and stuff and around the swamp area, or following roads down and then getting over to the highways and kind of following along the highways off on the side of the highway. Just depends on how you want to do it.
Seems to me that the better choice is probably to just stay in Lupus and to follow the river.
Yeah, I think so too. We forgot to bring our RV to the moon bridge.
I mean, the other option is we could go up to the road and turn Hamid. I could try to get someone to stop for me and pick up the pretty girl, and then we could mug them and take their car. But that seems a little rude.
This feels like a rude part of town, so I'm down for it.
That seems complicated. You could just go.
No, I'm not saying I think it's the better plan. I'm just putting it out there as an option.
Looking is always almost an option.
I don't think I said that.
I did.
It seems like we are going overland then.
Yeah, let's make our way downtown.
Yes, I think we're following the river in Lupus form.
Cool. So, so you go down and you kind of follow over and kind of skirt down and follow the Columbia River down, and you can make your way. You find like the shallow areas near the swamp where that flows through to kind of cut across, so it's not too much of a pain, and make your way to the laboratory. Bum, bum, bum. So, as you're approaching, is the plan to approach in the physical world or the Umbra? Because I know you mentioned checking it out in the Umbra, so I figured I'd ask. And have you jumped? You were in the Umbra when he gave you the tour of the area. You could stay in the Umbra the entire time, or did you shift to the physical world?
Just want to stay.
I'm not sure I see any reason to not be. I'm not sure I see any reason to leave the Umbra.
Yeah, I think we should stay in the Umbra until we get there.
I'm suppose the counter argument would be that we know that there are areas around here that are bane ridden, and
There's that.
we are unlikely to be molested as a pack of wolves running along the river in the real world, but running through the spirit world, if we come across anything, we are more likely to be attacked. And it's not that I necessarily mind being attacked, but if speed is of the essence, then I don't know that we want to take the time to kill some random banes.
Yeah.
But I'm for it either way.
I think we should approach in the Umbra because I just want to see if they are aware of anything going on in the Umbra. Like if they have
We
any
can
warding
always-
in place.
I don't know. I guess we
You're
can.
the alpha.
If we run into any banes, we can tackle that. We can burn that bridge when we get there.
Or just, spot them and go around. For the time being, if we need to.
I suppose it's really a question of whether or not they spot us.
So how long until we get there then?
You spent a couple hours, especially since you're staying in the Umbra and you're staying in Lupus. You spent a couple hours hiking through to get there. It's relatively easy. And as you approach the rather large compound, it is
Swarming with banes.
not exactly, but the Umbra around the area does appear to be dry and parched and cracked. Like it's just like constant sun beating down, kind of desert, kind of flat look to it, which is unusual because you're in the Pacific Northwest, which is known for being green and lush and full of trees.
I was gonna say, yeah.
As you get a little closer, the entire area, like it says, seems rather flat, almost tabletop flat. And every once in a while, you'll see a ripple, like a wave, ocean wave, of dirt and ground rumble through the, slowly swell through the area. As you approach, you start seeing large, shiny, black spirits about the size of like 1.5 2 feet long. And as you go closer to see the multi-legged creatures, they appear to be somewhat ant-like, but they're just kind of marching very ant-like in around the area, in very straight lines and things like that. You recognize them as Weaver spirits, Andy.
Yes. Oh, well,
So-
I will, just in case anybody wasn't sure, I think that will clue everybody in.
Del, you ever see the Umbra do something like this? Do you think somebody's blocking it off?
This is, I mean, does the Umbra here look any different from anywhere else where the humans have been?
It
organized?
does to some point. It seems to be a little bit more like the Wild and the Weaver are kind of definitely wrestling for control of the area, and colliding to some degree, which is causing like the waves and stuff. But
So
go
this-
ahead and make me an intelligence and worm lore check. Oh wait, you don't have worm lore.
Don't think I do. No.
We can change that if you'd like.
No, that's okay.
Gosh, must we? First taste is free. Do I get a balloon?
We all float down.
Well, I don't want
you
to float.
can go. You can go and make me an intelligence and enigmas check.
Int and
At diff, I'll say for you diff 8 because this is a new experience for you.
For a minute, I thought you were about to say perception. I was like, win! Because I didn't know this wrong. But okay, so let's
No.
see here. Int enigmas diff 8.
You can always spend a willpower point for an automatic success.
Do I have to do
Yeah.
that before I roll or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I do. Ooh, interesting.
I wasn't actually trying to.
No,
Force
I'm,
you to
I'm,
it.
I'm curious actually. This is exactly the sort of thing that I'll tell you what. Let me do my typing because I'm still.
Yeah, we need to update his character sheet in Roll20 since he's a new addition to our pack. We haven't got the ST has been slacking and not got him all set up yet.
So you're saying diff 8?
Yeah.
Well, the ST's real busy. He's got a couple of jobs.
All right. Oh, how important is it to me? And that doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal because this really does kind of seem for the moment like just kind of this is.
I
to some
believe in
degree
you.
What it looks like whenever the humans move in. Whenever the oh, never
Spin
mind.
the wheel.
So how do we
Damn,
do?
son.
We did 4 successes. Is how we did.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys are sitting on the edge of a blight.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
That sounds
we are
bad.
in- yes.
A little
Oh,
bit.
Is
not good.
Is worm? It's worms.
Um,
Worm
So-
follows the 2 legs a lot.
So as you're looking, as you get closer, as you kind of like now that you're definitely keeping an eye out, you see a large pattern web structure of power and telephone lines crossing out from the horizon towards the city area. You see dozens of net spiders kind of floating around there and climbing around those outposts, and you see a high perimeter fence. Which looks like kind of like a misshapen hedge wall with thorns and stuff all around the entire complex. And you see large towers that are bound with banes as sentries.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's not.
So
Sorry, is this approaching the laboratory that we were?
this is in the distance you're looking at the laboratory, and the laboratory is got these 2 large towers where the entrance would be for the laboratory that are actually as bane bound sentry towers with a fluctuating hedge wall around them that kind of fluctuates and crackles.
I'm
Oh.
going
We
to
do
go on a
not
limb
want to go
and
there
say that-
right now.
Yeah, maybe we'd be better off approaching it in the real world. Well,
Guys, I have a
not the real
sneaking
world.
suspicion they know about the veil.
I wouldn't assume that everybody there knows about the veil.
Not everybody,
You know-
but whoever's in charge is definitely warding this
The
place
thing
from our
is-
kind.
They might
Janitors
not.
in on it.
Well, no. The thing is that just because there's a strong worm presence, that doesn't mean they know. It just means they've been corrupted. But that doesn't mean they know.
It means that somebody knows. It doesn't mean that it's them.
I mean, sentries are pretty explicit. You don't just get sentries, do you? You just show up at your door.
Well, you assume that they were placed there by the 2 legs who keep this place.
On the other hand, it also definitely means that we have to get, if this is a lost cub inside there, we absolutely have to get them out. Because we have a much bigger problem than just a veil breach. Potentially.
Sister Kennedy is not wrong.
I do not like that look on Jonesy's face. Stop it.
I think I already. I can't see him currently, but I know what it is.
Why are you so
do.
excited?
We're just gonna get a car and ram it through the front door. It's gonna work.
I don't.
I mean, that is our modus operandi.
We're gonna need a bigger car.
Give me a semi truck.
The only tool you have is a stolen car.
Everything starts to look
problem
like a
starts to
cabbage
look
stand.
like- Yeah.
You see, this is why I was suggesting that we carjack someone.
Everything starts to look like a police barricade.
All right. So,
Surely
do
we
we
can-
want to shift back to the material plane Or do we just want to come back in the day?
I think we need to come back during the day. I don't think they'll believe we have any business here in the middle of the night.
Well, I was still thinking about sneaking around, but
I mean, does it even seem likely that we could get any closer without being instantly spotted by, I don't know, the private security Bane Corps?
I was gonna say, what sorts of sentries do they have on the material plane?
Oh, can we peek? Are we able to peek back, or do we need to?
Yep, you can peek back.
Well, why don't we do that?
Just poke our brains out.
So, who's gonna try it?
That feels like a Dell thing.
Except for the simple fact that Dell probably wouldn't recognize literally any of the equipment or whatever that they have. He wouldn't be able to size any of it up.
All right,
He
I'll
can
try
tell
peeking.
you what's there, but
I'll try peeking. What is the gauntlet?
Gauntlet here at a research facility
Uh-huh.
I don't like that look.
is a 9.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I am going to spend a
Zoinks.
willpower.
That's less than I thought it was gonna be. Or more than that's less than I thought it was gonna be.
There's only
Really?
one higher number that it could be.
Yeah. All right, I'll try it. I'll
And
spend the
it's-
willpower.
Yeah, and it's actually impossible for the gauntlet to go any higher than that, mechanically.
Well, thank goodness for the success, for the willpower, because I have 1 success.
I want to get stuck.
Well, I was peeking. I don't think you can get stuck on a peak.
Yeah, you can't get second up.
If there was a way, our storyteller could make it happen.
Fair.
Hey, you
But-
should hey, I'm being nice. It's a lot less, and botches are lot less common in 20th anniversary edition. They're harder to
Right.
do.
Yeah,
Which is a good thing. Right? So,
I agree.
with that, you break out the clave. You use the clave as a shiny reflective surface and peek across the umbra. Outside, you see a rather large electrical fence surrounding the area, with concertina wire on the top, and 2 large sentry gates and an automated gate entrance. It's a high, It's a high security facility.
Got it. Well, I suppose.
Inside, yeah. So inside, the main road leads into through the main double gates with the 2 towers, and then the road itself actually, there's an inner road that kind of follows the box of the fence all the way around. There's probably a dozen or so smaller buildings and a parking lot in the area. So there are several large buildings, a cluster of smaller buildings, a parking lot in the center of it. And what I'll do is next game I'll make sure I give you guys all an actual map that you guys can look at. But and then inside of it, because you're looking around, you do see that there's a section of the compound that's inside a second security fence.
Okay. Well, the good news is there really isn't any good news. The bad news is it's probably just as well defended on the material world plane as it is on this side. And I will then relate everything. From peeking,
Mm-hmm.
are there like trucks or delivery vehicles or anything?
Not at this hour.
Okay, I didn't know if there's like any trucks like parked in there or anything, but
No. There's in the parking lot you see a couple trucks, but they're more like SUV security truck.
right.
You
Okay.
see a couple golf carts.
Okay.
So
All
based on that, you think that there are probably and some civilian cars. So based on that, you're thinking there's probably a few people, security people, probably working right now. on top of the the fence and everything else. There's probably some security on staff, 24/7.
All right, yeah, I'll relate all that and just be like, yeah. So, it's gonna be impossible getting in there without either being very, very sneaky or very, very loud.
Like sneaky. I mean,
I'm a
Raccoon-
fan. I just don't know how good we are at it.
Raccoon would probably like sneaky better too, to be honest.
Raccoon
That's
likes it
fair.
when we sneak. It's not something we do on a regular basis. But I do think we need to sneak in there for trying to avoid veil breaches.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to get too close, but we could watch the facility in Lupus for a little bit during the day, see if we get some idea. I would suggest in Lupus because, well, if somebody happens to see that, we're in the Pacific Northwest, so
We're just a group of wolves, right?
right. So that we at least have some vaguely plausible deniability. That's about as much as I've got for an idea. Is to
No,
scope
I
this
think
out.
you're right. So I know it is blighted closer to the facility, but are there? I mean, I know we're still in the Umbra, but are there woods close enough that we could be in the woods and look at the facility?
No.
Well, that's a problem.
Specifically, the land around the area is definitely cleared away of that because it is a high security facility. So they like to have clear line of sight on stuff around them.
And
Sure.
people with their guns.
I really don't like guns.
What we can do is we can grab a series of bushes and uproot them every couple days and move them closer to the fence. The fence only goes 3 to 5 inches deeper than the ground when it's electric. So as long as we get like 1.5 feet, that's Lupus. We're right in.
I understood some of those words.
Kennedy just looks at Darren like, "Can you do something about that?"
You know,
Hey, if you get the bad ideas out of the way, the good ideas start to come to you.
we're brainstorming.
Killian,
So,
brother Killian is not wrong.
so you're currently outside of the National Northwest Laboratory. You'll have some time to talk about and come up with like what is our plan going to be. With that, I actually think this is probably a great place to wrap up for the evening. We're a couple minutes early, but not by much. But I think this is a good place to wrap up for the evening.
We gotta
And
think
then-
about
and
what we're gonna do.
And then you guys can have a couple days. You can go on the Discord, chat amongst yourselves. Go on our Discord and chat with the viewers if you want, because we have a
Yes,
Discord.
audience, we are welcome to. We are happy to hear suggestions from the spirits on our public Discord.
Oh yeah, I'm actually in the Discord. I'm not in the Twitch channel, but I'm in
What do we do?
Oh,
we can
Uh,
crowdsource a solution. We can do this.
Yeah.
you can talk to the animals and the spirits.
Yes, we can.
I'm making that joke because Kennedy actually has that gift now where she can talk to animals. So
Yeah.
Oh well, I've got the one where you can
Talk to
talk to
spirits.
spirits.
But we're covered.
So now if only between the four of you were actually anyone was skilled at talking to the humans. Oh, sorry. Is that loud?
You
No,
don't have to
Jared
be
has that-
skilled to talk to humans. You just gotta shoot them in the right places.
Man, I think I'm skilled talking to humans.
So,
Maybe.
Darren has the persuasion gift.
so
Sometimes.
and
No, I
bad
meant, like
and
literally supernatural gift. But
and dice who hate him.
That's true.
well, yeah, fair.
So yeah, with that, I think this is a great place. We'll pause it here for the night's stream. Next week we'll pick up with the pack, hopefully having mostly a plan. of what they're going to do, whether it's to scout out or hang around here, or maybe follow some leads from the officers in the nearby city that first found the lost guru, or whatever they might decide to do. So, in the meantime, as we did mention, we do have a Discord. Please feel free to jump on Discord and come say hi to us and hang out. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like what we're doing, you think it's cool, please, like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff on Twitch, on YouTube, wherever you're catching us. Definitely. Other than that, another couple of announcements I want to make is that next week, woohoo! We launch our Mutants and Masterminds game on Monday night. We're running the Nether War series, and I get to play. Woohoo! I'm super excited. I get to play my angsty metalhead superhero. I'm trying to think of a really good. There's no really good way to sum him up in one word, but
super cool raid guy.
And then every Friday we have new episodes of Something Dragons, our ongoing Pathfinder podcast, which is super exciting, and so you definitely should check it out if you like some sword and sorcery and awesomeness.
Our players are all 14-year-old girls.
Aaron and his crew are doing an amazing job, his daughter and her friends. So other than that, anything else you'd like to add, Alex?
No, other than we will not have our regular Fallout stream tomorrow. I've been sick with COVID, so I haven't been able to do my GM prep or have a whole lot of energy to do a whole lot of anything. So it was fun getting to be a little social tonight with the werewolf crew. We will be raiding TT2KB tonight. Looks like they're playing some D&D.
Woohoo! So with that, thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a wonderful evening.